high definition from the station on your side. This is WAVY News Online.
Well, by the time that monster storm from the south came to us, that storm was all punched out.
But it was still a very active day. Jason Marks has more on what we saw locally, including some flooding.
Thursday, the view from Tom Proctor's porch is a little different than what he's used to.
It just is what it is. You know, it's just, you know, if you like living back in here, and this is what you deal with when you're back in here, you know.
Tonight, there's not much he can do except enjoy the show outside.
I was laughing at the people trying to go down there that ain't gonna make it.
His home, like many others in Sandbridge, is now waterfront property, and his is a few miles from the beach.
This came in this morning. When I went to work this morning at 6:30, it was already coming in.
Nearby Back Bay swelled up and washed over. From Chopper 10, you get a good look at the flooding that affected even the paths of the cows.
You're isolated. You know, you can't go anywhere. The roads are covered. You can't really get out. So you just kind of deal with it.
The storm never really hit Hampton roads. It was the conditions throughout the day that did the damage.
It was very, very windy.
Carla Stevens found out firsthand how strong the gusts were. Her neighbor lost a big chunk of this tree.
It's just there. I mean, just laying there. I'm like, oh my God. And she said, thank God it didn't come through her front window. We're in there watching TV. I'm like, thank goodness it didn't.
The tree knocked out power and phone lines, but fortunately missed the house.
It was looking really bad. Then I saw on the internet how many people died from all those tornadoes in Alabama and all this place. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that can't happen here. But you know, it does.
This time though, it didn't, but it did provide enough of a reminder.
If you don't have a truck though, you're kind of in trouble.
That's Jason Marks reporting. The water is going down. Sandbridge Road is passable. Only if you have a big truck, though. You may not want to chance it right now in the dark. Residents believe by tomorrow morning, though, the high water will be gone.
And how about this? Some scary moments for a driver after a tree hit his windshield around 4 in the afternoon on the on-ramp on I-464 south from Military Highway. This accident snarled traffic coming off the Gilmerton Bridge. The driver, though, says he was lucky he wasn't hurt.
Down inside the car hoping, you know, I'll be safe. So, and I'm safe.
As you can see, the tree didn't break through the windshield. After about an hour, crews reopened the on-ramp.
The driving rain caused this pickup to hydroplane and smash right into the front door of this church. He says he lost control, hit a sign and a light pole before coming to a stop, just before doing serious damage to Ebenezer Baptist Church on Effingham Street in Portsmouth. The driver was okay. The church barely had a scratch on it.
That sounds scary or what? These are waves during the height of the storm. A 10 on your side viewer from Camden County was at the camera, and you could see how close the water came to these houses here. Remember, if you have weather video or pictures, email them to us at reportit@wavy.com.
Now in high definition from the station on your side. This is Super Dapper 10 Online.
Now, most of us escaped thunderstorms for the most part, really at all. A lot of us just saw a little bit of rain, and all of us saw the warm weather and the wind before any of the storms hit. Today's high in Norfolk, for example, is 85 degrees. 70 is normal for this time of year. And we take a look at the temperatures throughout the day, basically into the low 80s through the early part of the afternoon hours, and then finally it dropped down once we did have a little bit of rainfall into the area around the dinner hour. Now, as far as wind gusts, we had a lot of wind, quite obviously, 40, 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts through the middle part of the day. Then they dropped on off during the evening, and this registers wind gusts anything above 15 miles an hour. Once we hit 8, 9 o'clock this evening, the wind really tapered on off. So again, we were looking fine with that regard. Here's a look at what we've got as far as temperatures during the overnight hours. Slight chance of rain at midnight, but basically our skies begin to clear off overnight. Lots of sunshine during the first part of the day coming up. On Friday, we'll see a high of 74 degrees. Some cloud cover later on, but again, nothing big as far as rainfall over the next 4 days. Finally, 5 days out, we're seeing a chance of some thunderstorms once again coming up on next Tuesday.
Stay with WAVY News 10 for all your day's news.
Our next newscast is 5 a.m. and because of the royal wedding, you can see that newscast on our sister station, Fox 43 TV.
Now in high definition from the station on your side. This is WAVY News Online.